we'll go ahead and we do have a quorum. I understand Mr. Paulson is in the building, will be here shortly. So I'd like to call to order the special call meeting of the Sandy Springs City Council for Monday, January 23rd at 2 p.m. I would ask that the clerk call the roll and make the general announcements.
Okay, Mayor Rusty Paul,
Present.
Councilmember John Paulson,
Here.
Councilmember Melody Kelly. Oh, here. Okay, Melissa Mueller. Here. Councilmember Jody Rochelle. Councilmember Tiffany DeJulia.
Here.
Councilmember Andy Bauman, absent.
All right, is there a motion?
Mayor,
Mr.
I
DeJulia,
move approval of the meeting agenda for the special meeting on Monday, January 23rd, 2023 at 2 p.m.
Mr. DeJulia has moved approval of the meeting agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Mr. DeJulia, seconded by Ms. Rochelle, that we approve the meeting agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. The question's on the meeting agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The meeting agenda is approved. We'll go to new business and ask the clerk to read the first item.
Agenda item 2023-024, consideration of a resolution to authorize the second phase of a two-phase process to procure the services of a master developer for City Springs development of city-owned properties. This is presented by City Manager Eden Freeman.
Ms. Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of council. Good afternoon. Excellent to see you all on Monday. The first item that we have before us today is a resolution to continue the development of the City Springs complex, what we are referring to as phase 2. On December 20th, council adopted the City Springs master plan following a comprehensive study by an independent firm. Shortly before that, on November 16th, we issued a request for qualifications as the first phase of a new two-phase process to solicit and select a master developer, for the additional parcels south of our existing campus. We received 5 proposals from entities in response to that RFQ, which were evaluated by the evaluation committee. And all 5 of those firms were found to be in compliance with the process as well as qualified to move forward to the next phase. Those 5 firms are the Atlantic Companies, Mid-City Real Estate Partners with ASD/SKY, Mill Creek Residential Trust with Westbridge, Regent Partners with Morris and Fellows, and Roca Point Partners with the Georgetown Company. If council adopts the resolution that is before you this afternoon, the city will issue the request proposals to these 5 firms, who will have the opportunity to submit specific responses to questions and requirements in the RFP document. We would anticipate that we will be back before council sometime in April with a recommendation on an award. I'm happy to answer any questions that you all may have.
All right, you've heard the report of the city manager. What's the desire of council? Ms. Reichel.
I move that we approve agenda item 2023-024, resolution to authorize the second phase of a two-phase process to procure the services of a master developer for City of Sandy Springs development of city-owned properties.
Is there a second?
Second.
Then moved by Ms. Reichel, seconded by Ms. Mueller, that we approve agenda item 2023-024. Resolution authorizing the second phase of phase 2 process to procure services of a master developer for City of Sandy Springs development. Any discussion? Ms. Reichel.
I'm very excited about this. One of the, I was looking over we were talking about rezoning some of the sites. Is that, I mean, and I'm very excited that we're encouraging their creativity. So they are well aware that we are open to rezoning. And so we're doing that after we get
Once we receive the proposals from the qualified firms and we identify our chosen partner, if they are asking for a rezoning as a result of this work, then we would be bringing that forward at that point in time.
And also when we were building this, which I came in the tail end, we had meetings every week, I believe. Is that something that I didn't see that in the proposal, but I don't know if that's something that will just come down.
That would come along later. I don't anticipate, because as it's currently anticipated, we are not looking to put a city facility such as our Performing Arts Center and City Hall into this development, but we will certainly have periodic updates with the master developer.
Council will be
Oh, yes.
involved. Okay.
Any other discussion?
Mayor
Mr.
Paul,
Paulson.
if I may, Eden, you said that they're answering some questions and that they'll answer those questions and come back to us. Will those questions include a bit about their ideas about what they envision here? So, okay,
Yes, sir.
so we get
It's,
some idea of what's on their mind and what they.
Now, they'll come back with a full proposal, just like we did this. We had, very comprehensive layout of what they plan to do and that sort of thing. And we winnowed those down to final one. It'll be a process very similar to that. They will have to have very detailed concepts about what they want to produce.
including financial pro formas.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Mr.
The RFPs will only go to these five.
Yes, sir.
And, okay, just wanted to make sure.
Did have one more.
Go ahead, Ms. Rogers.
Sharice Glass.
Mhm.
I haven't met her, I don't think, because
Sure.
Teresa is not here, but she is our purchasing manager. I'll make sure.
but she's been around for a while.
Yeah.
And she, okay.
She has been.
Anybody else? Mr. Lee.
I'd like to one comment, it's not a caveat, but just one element of this I want y'all to keep in mind, and the general public needs to keep in mind, is that this is not just a pure procurement process. This is a property owner in the process of looking for the best, highest and best use of property to be sold. Just so happens that the owner is the keeper of the police power of the city of Sandy Springs, and included in that would be the best project that would go forth on property to either be sold by the city or sell an interest in the city, whether it be a long-term lease or whatever the proposal might be that the evaluation committee would recommend, and then you would adopt. So it's different than just looking for a vendor to come do something on somebody's property. This is the people's property that is part of this proposal to either be sold or have some effect on the future interest in.
Well, this is the best way for the city to be able to control what happens on in the what I call our campus, this campus and the extension of the campus to the south. And this is a model that we may be using some in the future for other parcels that the city may procure. We've always partnered with the private sector, but the private sector hasn't always done exactly things the way we wanted them done. And this is one way we make sure that we can control the development process and get exactly what I think the citizens of Sandy Springs expect and what this council as their representatives are trying to achieve on their behalf. So I'm excited about it as well. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. The question is on agenda item 2023-024. Approval of a resolution authorizing the second phase of a two-phase process to procure services of a master developer for City of Sandy Springs development, city-owned properties. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The item is approved. The clerk will please read the next item.
Agenda item 2023-25. This is consideration of the execution of a purchase and sale agreement for the purpose of certain property located in land lot 26 of the 17th Land District in Sandy Springs, Fulton County, Georgia. Two tax IDs, 1170026 000104333 and 17026 0001045. And consideration to authorize the city manager to execute the same for other purposes, also presented by City Manager Eden Freeman.
Ms. Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council, the second item before you this afternoon for your consideration is to acquire two landlocked parcels that are located behind what used to be the Crown Filling Station at 8475 Roswell Road. As council is aware, we are planning to move our fleet maintenance facility to this location. The city attorney was recently approached by an attorney representing the current owners of these two landlocked parcels. And Raquel, if you can scroll down, I think there is a picture here. Yes, thank you very much. They're indicated outlined in red. One is the blue box and one is the brown box with a 0 on it. The total land mass of the two combined is 0.55 acres. Our proposal is to assemble these two lots into our existing lot at 8475 so that we can have the additional space for our fleet maintenance and fueling facility. The total purchase price is $115,000. I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right, you've heard the report of the city manager. What's the desire of council?
Mayor Paul,
Mr. Paulson.
I request approval of agenda item 2023-25, execution of the purchase and sale agreement for the purchase of certain property located so-and-so lot 26, 17th Land District, Sandy Springs, Fulton County, Georgia, tax ID 170026000100433 and 170026000100425, and authorize the city manager to do the same.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Paulson. Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Paulson, seconded by Dr. Kelly, that we approve agenda item 2023-025, the execution of the purchase and sale agreement for the purchase of certain property in land lot 26, 17th Land District, Sandy Springs. Any discussion?
Two questions, Mayor Paul. Number one, why is there not a street address for this property?
Because it's landlocked and it was.
So it actually has no physical address.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I had. Thank you.
I have a question.
Mr. DiGiulio.
Would you go back to the map, please? You see, the bottom part, which is the blue part,
Mhm.
is that a different color because it's zoned
That
differently?
is correct. Yes, sir.
So in order to go ahead and which portion is it, the portion in front of that or the portion in front of the one above that that we already own?
We own the portion towards Roswell Road, that
Where
one.
the
That
arrow is.
portion right there with the arrow is, okay. So
Yes.
before we do this, are we gonna have to rezone? I guess we're gonna have to rezone that portion that's already in blue.
We will. Yes, sir. We'll also.
What's
have
it
to-
zoned now?
It would be CX3, I believe. Is that correct?
I think. that-
Because it's blue, and I was wondering, all the rest of that blue looks like it's residential. It's,
No, no.
Yeah, that's the post office.
oh, that's the post office.
I don't think you'd have to.
Oh, that's a different, oh, that's a different
OX,
state.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't
It's
know if you have
OX
reason.
one, not CX3. So we would assemble it into one parcel and then we'll rezone it.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Questions on agenda item 2023-025, execution of a purchase and sale agreement for the purpose of property located in land lot 26, 17th Land District, Sandy Springs. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The item is approved. Mr. DiGiulio.
Move adjournment.
Mr. DiGiulio moves adjourned,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Paulson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. We are adjourned. Thank you for your time.
Much.
It's good. This was a long meeting.